Hello, welcome to the Carla Knits podcast. This is a podcast about knitting, crocheting, and all of the yarny goodness that I love. This is episode 29. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is Friday, October 8th. We are already in the swing of things in October. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as cbcraftygirl. And we do have a Ravelry group for this podcast, and those things will be linked down below, as well as show notes, patterns, and yarns that I talk about. So great to be back with you guys this week. Just one little admin thing. The 12 skeins of Christmas mini skein swap, for those of you who are participating, you certainly should have contacted your partner by now. They should have contacted you. So hopefully those things are going well and that you've made contact and that you're working on your swap package. If for some reason you haven't made contact with your partner, or if there's some kind of glitch, please do contact me on Ravelry and let me know, and I'll try to help out with that. But I hope things are going well for those of you who are participating, and looking forward to those mini skein swap packages. I have one finished object today. This is the Foliage Hat that I knit for my sister Laura for Christmas. This pattern is by Irina Dimitrova. It's a DK weight hat pattern, and the yarn I used is Stress Knits DK in the eucalyptus colorway, and I absolutely love how this turned out. This pale shade of, just the lightest bluish grayish green is so pretty, and those leaves in there, I absolutely love any kind of lace that has to do with leaves. So I think this is just beautiful. So very happy with how this turned out. It feels so nice and squishy, and it's another gift done for Christmas. So I'm very excited about that. So that is my only finished object for today. So now into some works in progress. So last week I had talked about a yarn tasting that I had went to at a yarn shop in Omaha. And this is the cowl that I started working on with the yarns that I got. It was a six sample, what am I trying to say? 6 yarns in a sample kit, and I'm using the different yarns to knit just a simple cowl. These yarns are all by Berocco, and I did discuss each of the yarns last week, and those I certainly will have linked down below. But just a simple cowl. I think I cast on 84 stitches, 86 stitches on a US 9, just going round and round. And I think I was just starting this second section last week, so I have made some good progress. I think I just worked on this a little bit. I took this to knitting with me on Tuesday. I believe that was the only time I worked on it, but no hurry to get it done. Just kind of a fun, easy, mindless project. Good for social knitting, so you can talk and not have to think too much about your knitting or knitting patterns. So all Berocco yarns. Love how this is working up, and love how the yarn feels. So yeah. All right, work in progress number 2. I'm going to show this bag. This is a new bag. It is so cute. This is a new Halloween bag I got by 3 Goobers. Isn't that a cute name? 3 Goobers on Etsy. And I absolutely love that patchwork Halloween spooky print. Just sweet little spooky print. So it's a perfect sock size sack. So in here is my Halloween sock. So making some progress on this. So last week I was just about through the leg, not quite through the leg. So I've knit down the leg. I've done the heel flap and gusset in a contrasting mini, which came with this set. And now I am past the decreases and I am working down the foot for a while. So I love how this yarn is knitting up. This is Night Owl Fibers in the Spooky Fun 2021 colorway. And I just think that is so fun. The self-striping Halloween colors, just really, really fun. So I'm enjoying working on this sock this month particularly. Just a lot of fun and a really nice soft base. It's a 75/25 and just lovely yarn to work with. So I really do hope to have this pair of socks done by the end of October, but this is still sock number 1. So I'm not sure, but I just keep casting on different things. So I really do want to get this done. So that is my sock. That is the only sock I currently have on the needles. Let's see. I'm trying to think. The last 3 works in progress, I believe, are all new things that I haven't shown you. So I cast on a new hat yesterday. And here it is. This is the, it's just called Beanie by Nice and Knit on Ravelry and on their website. The yarn I am using is Lanaloft worsted weight. It's a brown sheep, Nebraska brown sheep yarn, and it is let's see the color, platinum plum. So I don't know if you're able to see all those different colors, but there are some deep browny plum colors, and there's browns and grays in there. The reason I am knitting this hat, a man in our town brought me 2 tubs of yarn that he had from his wife, and so he brought those by, and I thought it might be nice to knit him a hat. So I hope that he will like this hat, and I hope to have a quick turnaround to get this done, because I appreciate him bringing that yarn to me so very much. And it is 2 very large tubs of yarn. So I am going to have a couple of students come over who I know are knitters and crocheters, and they can look through too and take some things if they want. So just share all that nice yarn with them. So this is Beanie. So just a simple ribbing and just a simple stockinette with the crown decreases. I don't know what happened yesterday. Really, this is just a very simple hat, but I cast on and I started working on the ribbing, and I was about on round 4 or 5 and realized that I had twisted the crown of a hat, and I don't know how that happened. I really don't. There's not that many stitches that it should be hard to keep that circle, but somehow I did have that all twisted, so I had to rip it out and recast on. So I probably would have been a bit farther on this hat, but I did have that twisted, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I had a problem with my knitting, so I had to tear it out. Probably had too many things I was trying to do, multitasking, so my focus wasn't completely there. But this is a very rustic yarn. This is 100% wool. I know it will be very warm. Yeah, so that hat is new on my needles this week. Also new on my crochet hook, I do have some crochet for you today, is this Hexagon baby blanket that I started. If you remember from a few weeks back, I was gifted yarn by Mallory and Frida of the Strings Attached podcast. I had won their Autumn League pullover Cowl, and I was gifted 6 skeins of this yarn. This is, let's see, Universal yarn in the Cotton Supreme Waves colorway, and there are 6 skeins that I was gifted. So very generous. So I decided that I would, I was going to say cast on, no, start a Hexagon baby blanket. I have never done a Hexagon before, so this is pretty fun, and it's gone fairly fast. So this is one of the skeins of yarn in this Hexagon so far. I like how the colors are working up. I am crocheting this for my hairdresser, who I've seen for a few years now. She and her husband are expecting their first baby, a little girl, in January. So I thought this would be nice. The next time I go get my hair done, I would gift a blanket to them. So I don't exactly know how big I will make it, but I'm gonna keep going. I have several skeins of this to use, and if you've never used this, this is such nice yarn. This you know, you see cotton and you think of, you know, that dish cotton, like the Lily or the Sugar and Cream, but this is so very, very soft. Yeah, I just can't say enough about it. It's really, really soft yarn. And I just noticed yesterday when I was looking at the tag on here, it says knit, relax, smile, repeat. And I thought that was really cute. So it also could be crochet, relax, smile, repeat. So I thought that was really sweet. So again, universal yarn, Cotton Supreme Waves, and the color is 908, called Heliotrope. So I think this will be really pretty, and, you know, machine washable for a new mom and with a baby. So I think that'll be really nice. I looked for a tutorial on the Hexagon blanket. So I used, the channel is Keep Calm and Crochet on YouTube by Rashmi, and a very, very simple tutorial, very easy to follow. So definitely recommend that. And I think this is working up really nice. So nice, bright, fun colors. That pink, you know, my pink loving heart enjoys that. So, and that's a good, easy project. Again, don't have to think too hard about it now. Just in the beginning, figuring out what I was doing, but very, very fun project. All right, this episode is going by fast. All right, I showed you that Halloween bag. I also bought a second Halloween bag from Three Goobers on Etsy. And this is a bigger bag. Isn't that adorable? And the quilting is so good. It's so sweet. I just love it. I think I really like it because of the pinks and purples in here. That just makes me so happy, and it's just such sweet Halloween fabric. So in this bag is my final work in progress, and I had meant to talk about this last week and completely forgot. But I saw this shawl pattern come out either on Instagram or Ravelry, and I thought, oh, I want to make that. It's so perfect for the month of October. And it's kind of a spooky looking shawl, and I don't have the picture of the shawl down here with me. But this is the Betwixt Shawl by Amba O'Brien. And hopefully you can see how those mosaic flowers are working up. So you do this for the body of the shawl, and then the lace border actually has skulls or skeletons on it. Yeah, skeleton skulls. So which is so not me. Yeah, I told the ladies at my knitting, yeah, spooky stuff, that is just really not me. But it's just slightly spooky, and it's cute spooky because it's in yarn, right? So I'm not a big horror movie fan. I used to be when I was a teenager, but not so much anymore. But after this, the body is done, it will have spooky skulls along the side. And so the yarns that I am using are The gray, the dark gray is by Noble Character Crafts. So yeah, this is a DK weight yarn. This was in a 5 skein faded set. It was called Glory Faded Set. It was grays faded. There are specks of burgundies in there. I don't know if you can see that, but there's some specks of burgundies. And then in the other yarns that I had, you know, faded down to a very light gray, it had the burgundies in there, and it also had some pretty teal colors in the speckles. And actually, yeah, I can see a teal speckle in here too. But I crocheted a shawl out of 4 skeins of the yarn, and I've had this 5th skein in my stash, and actually I thought of that right away when I saw this shawl pattern. So that is the gray, the dark gray. The bluish color is, this is actually a worsted weight, but it's a pretty thin worsted weight, so I thought it went just fine with the DK. I've had this in my stash for a very, very long time. I think I purchased a couple skeins of this, made a cowl before I was posting things on Ravelry. But this is Splatter Dash by Jojoland, and this color, I had to look up, is, I believe, Alaskan blue. Really, really pretty color. And so those are those mosaic flowers in there in the background stitches. So I don't believe I've done mosaic knitting before. Maybe I have, and I'm not remembering, but it's going very well, just you know, using slip stitches. So it's really working out fun. And then when I get to the border, the lace border, the skein of yarn, it has also been in my stash for a very long time. And this one is also a worsted weight, but I think it goes along okay with the weights that I have there. This is a Maker's Haven yarn, who sadly no longer dies, but I loved her yarn. This is in her Gust of Wind colorway, and I remember I had purchased several of these. I do have a shawl, I believe the Jamie shawl by Cozy Up Knits, knit entirely in this, but I had one full skein, and there might be some remnants left too. So I thought this would be a cute border. It just reminds me of fall. Leaves, yeah, leaves. So I think that will be a pretty border, a light border, where those spooky skulls will hopefully stand out. So very unlike me, but I had to cast on the spooky shawl for October. So I'm having a lot of fun. Yeah, you can see since I cast this on last Friday, I'm having a lot of fun with this. It's not a super big shawl, which, yeah, is appealing after working on that last shawl, which kind of took a while. I have a cute little, I just put this on for fun, but a little progress keeper, which is a little bat, a little blue bat. So that's really fun to go with this shawl. So those are my projects for this week. It's a little bit shorter of an episode, but that's okay. Just a little bit of chatter. My daughter Jenna, our daughter Jenna, got her braces off this week, so that has been a big deal for her. She looks great. She's super happy. So yeah, we were in Lincoln doing that this week. This coming weekend, is take the sailboat out of the water. So it has to come out of the water. We store it down at the lake. You know, it's docked. It has a slip, but it has to come out in October. So we will be taking it out. So tonight we will go and start taking down some of the sails and a few things we can do tonight. And then our son Aaron is going to come down with us tomorrow and help us actually take the boat out of the water and then take it down. It's usually a 3 to 4 hour process. We take that out and then we come home and clean it, which takes a long time too. So it's busy boat weekend this weekend. And I think I think that is probably all. So I will say I am going to take a week off. Yeah, I'm going to take a week off because I just feel like it's been a little bit hectic around here. Church last weekend with 3 services, and just, I feel like I'm just running a little ragged with a bunch of different things. And yeah, the boat definitely is a big project. We love sailing, but then we also have to put in that work at the beginning and the end. So I am going to take next week off, but I will be back with you in a few weeks with hopefully maybe a finished object or 2 and some more fun things to talk about. So I hope you are all doing very well and enjoying your makes, and I will see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.